Let us get to the headlines, which are brought to you by Doral Hyundai. The number one Hyundai store in the nation just went full beast mode. Doral Hyundai, where the deals are monstrous and the prices don't survive. No one sells for less. No one. Miami Dolphins have wrapped up day 11 at practice. You know what that means. Stock up and stock down.
Serious?
What do you mean, dude? We gotta find out whose stock is up and whose stock is down.
All right, let's go.
Stock up. This is from Omar Kelly. Derek McClendon, a former Colorado standout who was on Miami's practice squad last year. He has made his presence felt all camp, but Tuesday he had a coming out party producing 4 would-be sacks and a couple of tackles. The 6'4", 250-pounder was tremendously disruptive on the edge. If McClendon can carve out a special teams role for himself next month, it's possible that he could dislodge Mo Kamara or Cam Good as the final edge rusher spot.
All right.
Stock down, because we giveth and taketh. Ryan Hayes,
Who?
a 2023 7th-round pick who spent the last 2 seasons being developed on the practice squad, has struggled most of camp, but Tuesday's performance might have been his worst. He constantly got beat by Miami's back of the roster pass rushers, and at this point, the Dolphins should be investing in Keon Smith as offensive tackle because he's better there than at guard. And after seeing what recently signed offensive tackles Jermaine Afidi and Jalen McKenzie could potentially bring to the team. So tough sledding for Ryan Hayes. Stock down. What?
It's just hard when you talk about pass rusher or getting beat on a pass rush and they don't have any pads on.
They did not have pads on today. Fair point.
That makes it hard for me. Like, I wasn't a guy who ran very physical with no pads. Right?
Well, that's why you got a talking to from Mike Lombardi.
No, it was more. But even as I got on in my career, it's no pads. Like, I play football a certain way. There's no pads. So how can I play football the way I play football when we're not hitting? You see what I mean? So
I do see what you mean.
Does that mean my stock is down? Because here's what I would say about. I'm going to mention a name. Let's talk about Ben Roethlisberger. What was the biggest problem with Ben Roethlisberger? He could hold on to the ball because guys would get there and couldn't bring that moose to the ground, right?
Yep.
So how are you determining, watching guys with no pads, who's giving up sacks or not? You see what I mean? Like,
well, when I've sat there at practice with the media, they all go sack. Right. They determine it. It's like a judgment amongst majority rules.
John Randall, the way he practiced, would have 8 sacks a day. And we just go, that's Johnny. Because he's going full speed, regardless. So, like,
I think what you're saying is, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe you're misinterpreting this, Brittany.
Every time you do this, it's not going to be close. And
I think what you're saying,
I'm going to just tell you, buckle up. Here it comes.
I think what you're saying is you'd like a different stock report, which I have to you from Chris Perkins of the Sun Sentinel.
See what I fall for it every time.
Stock up. Zach Wilson. Chris Perkins, right?
He's got a cannon.
It was a good day for Wilson, who was under duress but made good decisions all day. Didn't have the miscommunications with receivers that has occasionally surfaced in previous practices. I'm looking forward to seeing what Zach Wilson's got.
The one thing I'll say about quarterbacks and wide receivers, like, keep in mind, when you play in a game, right, you got 4 or 5 receivers that you're very familiar with because you've worked with them. When you're in practice in camp, you're going 10 deep, 12 deep. So sometimes there are miscommunications with guys who are either new to the system or young. So don't make nothing of that. But I will say this, that from what people have been telling me, he has a really strong arm.
Oh yeah, he's got a piss whistle for sure.
And it's just one of those things where he has to make better decisions. But again, a guy running by a quarterback and somebody yelling sack is a lot different than a guy bearing down on you, and then you got to make a decision because you're going to really get sacked.
I think the real question is can I bet on Zach Wilson when it comes to preseason football? Like, how much gambling can I do? They do a lot of player props in preseason football?
I don't know, but you just hit a whole new low.
Why? You said Summer League was this not hold on, that's not lower than Summer League. That's not lower than Summer League.
It's just above Summer League.
It's just above.
No way, dude.
You know what this is equivalent to? Fat shaming a mannequin. Sorry. It had to be said.
No, I don't think so. I think that's Summer League.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, if I can bet on some props during the preseason, you're telling me that's not going to make things a lot more exciting?
I think right now, Hard Rock Bet is texting you with some information, begging you to bet.
Number.
I hope they do. Please. I would love to bet the overs on Erica Zukama. I would love to bet the overs on Quinn Ewers.
You know what the hardest thing to bet overs on? Rushing.
Oh, dude, you're not kidding.
Right? It's so hard to run the ball and it is so hard to run the ball in preseason football. So hard. I can't even explain why, because basically it's basic plays, right? You're not showing, oh, we're going to trap this guy or whatever. You're just basically running basic off tackle, basic stretch plays. And as a running back, you have to it gets tough because there's always a ton. You watch the first run. There's going to be so much penetration by the defensive line. You're going to be like, what just happened? Because you're running, you're not scheming for this defense.
Stock down. Cornerback, Kendall Sheffield.
You could say that to I mean,
he gave up a number of long passes in quick false start. In quick succession on Tuesday. His coverage has been leaky at times during camp. Sheffield, it should be noted, did a nice job defending Nick Westbrook-Akine on a late play in practice during 2-minute drill.
So and just to kind of is every DB usually gets beat on one-on-one pass drill, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're man-to-man. That might not be your thing. And then the breakup could be they were possibly in some zone and he jumped it because he read the route. So, I'm not trying to, say anybody's right or wrong. I'm just saying sometimes these things need context because one-on-one pass coverage is damn near impossible. Right? Because some of the routes they run are just ridiculous. Same thing with one-on-one pass rush when we used to block the linebackers. They're 250, we're 220, we're getting dumb trucked, and it's no fun. Right? That's kind of one of those things. So if they watch one-on-one pass rush with the running backs, they'll be like, ooh, so-and-so, not very good on pass pro. I'm like, yeah, because it's just not any fun.
Jordo says, if you go to YouTube, Wilson's preseason highlights in Denver last year, Sean Payton transformed him into mini Mahomes.
Mini Mahomes.
Wow. Well, it's amazing.
Listen,
you would think if he was mini Mahomes, he would have not been the third stringer.
But how about this? Is there anybody who would have ever thought that Andy Reid could do something with the old Dolphins quarterback?
Henny? No way, dude.
And he came into a game and started dropping dimes.
I know. I was like, whoa.
So
got his Matt Moore on. I was very impressed.
But you made a very accurate assessment. For all that praise, he was the third string quarterback. And wait. I'm gonna put this out there. Who was the backup quarterback last year?
Who was the backup quarterback last
That's
year?
my point. He was third behind a guy we don't even know.
No, I feel like it's probably one of those guys we know, but I don't
Really?
remember.
Again, all those things he said about Zach Wilson, but never was the backup quarterback.
Jared Stidham.
Oh. Jared Stidham was what, 6th or 7th round or undrafted?
I don't remember.
I'm just saying.
How did this guy get $6 million guaranteed, not being able to get a snap over Jared Stidham?
Backup? You want to? Who else was out there?
I don't know, dude.
That's what I'm saying. That's how they.
Teddy Bridgewater just signed today.
Yeah, but he wasn't available at the time.
Would you trust him more or Zach Wilson?
Here's what I would say. Zach Wilson has more of an upside.
Answer the question on who you trust more if I need you in a pinch, not upside.
You've answered your own question.
I probably trust. I probably trust Teddy.
Yeah,
Right.
of course. What do you mean? Of course you trust Teddy Bridgewater.
Before his knee injury, he was like unbelievable. This is it. Like only in South Florida could you be suspended for giving your own money and not being under contract.
What a flex. He's like, oh, you guys are suspending me? Cool. I'll go play in the NFL. See ya.
That's crazy, right?
I guess I won't give back to the community. I guess I'll go just make money playing for the Buccaneers. Oh, well.
Oh well.
Sorry. Zach Sieler. Man's man.
Yeah.
So Zach Sieler was asked about his RV yesterday, and he explained what has happened to his infamous RV that he once lived in for the first 2 years of his Dolphins career. And this is what he had to say on the RV and its whereabouts.
We did get rid of it 3 years ago. We lived in it for 2 years. We bought it used. It was 8 years old when we bought it. So it had its time. It was just time to go. So I kept it. I fixed it. I had to seal some leaks, redo the AC unit one time. But we kept it running as long as we could. I actually had, when we got cut in Baltimore, one of the shackle hangers from the leaf springs ripped off, and it was basically dead in the water. So I had to switch that before we coming down here. But it was an awesome experience. We're going to have an RV soon, again, hopefully one day. And we love those moments and those memories of simpler times. We're so fortunate to where we're at today, but just to have those intimate moments together as a family in the RV. And I know we've all been on road trips where you get frustrated with whoever you're with. There's some of the hardest times going places and traffic and all that, but those are also your best memories. I know those are my best memories growing up, and my wife the same. So we can't wait to start that with our family.
Wow.
So much.
Can I just say this?
Hmm?
He has now exceeded manly man.
Yep.
Because he talking about fixing his own RV
Fixing his
Yep.
RV.
and all the things he had to switch and change and whatever that I had no idea what the hell he was talking
I'd
about.
be terrified to cut this guy.
Right?
He has standards.
It's like you try and cut Zach Sieler, but he can't leave the facility because his RV is broken down. He goes, sorry, I just need a day to fix it. Got to find the part.
I love that he's gonna try to get another one.
My favorite thing is like try to get another one as if you didn't just sign a
How's that? I
crazy
mean,
amount of money. Like if
you-
it's gonna break your bank to buy another RV.
You know, there's a lot of golfers that have them.
They just drive from town to town.
Yeah. Some of those things are
Whew.
like $1 million plus.
they are expensive,
Yes.
I think
but they're
I
so
think he's
amazing
fine.
though.
I think he's fine.
I think then they push a button and they open up like Transformer.
Well, I know that Tyson Fury, when I watched that Netflix show, he has an RV because he misses at times. He doesn't like living in the mansion. So he goes down to the park and lives in his RV.
Simpler times, man.
Like he just wants to be in his gypsy lifestyle.
That's not simpler times. If you get $1 million RV, you basically are putting yourself above everybody else.
Yeah.
His RV didn't look like $1 million RV though.
No, that wasn't. I'm just saying that now. Come on.
Look, you're always happier when you go back to the basics, and then his RV is what makes him happy. So let him have it.
Do you think this is? Yeah. Do you think he buys the fancy RV? Because I feel like he still looks for a great deal on Facebook Marketplace.
I honestly wouldn't be shocked. By the way, he was talking.
I think he'll get an
What if he
RV.
gets that and then like completely renews it and makes it nicer? And
I think he gets an RV that he can just ride in comfort and not have to worry about anything.
Oh yeah, because
So
I bet
it'll be simpler times, but it's simpler times with daddy not having to crawl up underneath an RV and fix a leak.
Well, I bet you that's the other thing. He probably can get a custom size now for the driver's seat because I bet you that they didn't make Zach Sieler size RVs.
They're like buses though.
I don't know. Are they all of them?
Yeah,
they're pretty big.
they're giant, dude. You think about this. Some of these RVs are bigger than school buses.
Yeah, but he sounds like he had a rickety RV.
Well, yeah, that's when he had rickety money.
Can we see a picture though?
I don't remember. I
That
don't
was
remember what
pretty
it
decent.
That's when he had rickety money. Now his money right. And why would you put yourself through that?
He said yesterday in his press conference that he bought a farm in Missouri, and they're like, "What are you doing on the farm?" And he goes, "I'm letting it go back to nature." And so, like, they're just trying to return their farm back to where it was with the animals. And I'm like, is that a farm or did you buy a forest?
So he
world's
could go
still-
hunting?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. But I was like, that doesn't sound like a farm. That sounds like you bought land and you're trying to turn it into a forest because that's what happens when it returns. It doesn't become like there were no natural farms. There was woodlands.
I think you're overthinking this.
Nature
I
is
think
Really
like,
do. I think it like, all areas of earth don't necessarily grow trees.
No, no, come on.
Yeah.
This like, what do you mean? This guy,
Is he planting trees?
I don't know.
Because if there's not trees there now, it's just gonna grow high grass.
If anybody was going to grow trees, it would definitely be Zach Sieler. Dude looks like he could put like a whole tree on his back and just put it into the ground.
Oh no, he's definitely I'm a look, years from now, I'm gonna turn on ESPN and he's gonna be in the lumberjack Olympics.
Oh, the outdoor games for sure.
yeah,
I missed
outdoor
those.
games.
That was an ESPN midnight classic. Love
My
the
favorite,
outdoor games.
what was your favorite?
I loved having to get across the log.
Yes, when they go against each other.
I love that, and then I love the tandem saw. That was a fun one too.
Really, it just sounds like work.
It was work. It was work.
What about the guys that climb up and chop the tree
Oh, that's
with
great
the
too.
belt?
What about the chainsaw race?
Oh yeah. Now
That was-
let me tell you
Echo.
something.
How's it?
There's nothing like having a small Toyota engine hooked up to your chainsaw.
Yeah, dude. Chainsaw race, J-Fig, they had to basically they had to cut a log like it was a piece of salami with a chainsaw.
Right.
And it would just go and then up. You had your up cut
Two
and your
cuts.
down cut.
Yeah, two cuts. And then
Man's man.
Done.
yo,
It was great. The outdoor games, they need to bring those back.
I'm like, I watched them, but just in amazement that it was all white people. They ain't have no black lumberjacks. I ain't see no June bugs, no Cletuses on the wood, right? Only Jethros.
Here's another one. Here's Steve says Tobin thinks that he's riding around in the Breaking Bad Winnebago.
Yeah, I know. Like, yeah.
Oh man, this was Zach Sieler yesterday, of course, wearing an aqua cowboy hat, and everybody was wondering, "Hey, where'd you get that hat, man?"
Where did you get the aqua cowboy hat from?
Man, so last year PBR came to town. I think they're actually coming again this weekend. We're going to miss them, sadly. We'll be up in Chicago, I believe.
Sadly.
But the CEO of them, Sean Gleason, actually hooked us up with a few of these hats this last season. He went hand in hand with American Hat Company, who made the hat, and they perfectly dyed I think he told me it was like 20 rounds of getting the perfect color. He's been a fan since 70s, I believe, and not because of anything more than his mom had a jersey laying around for Christmas, and now he picked the Dolphins jersey between him, and it was us and the Eagles for his brother. So he's been a diehard fan ever since then, and he gave us this hat last year. Yeah.
Wow, custom job.
when the second they finished the question, like you can sense his excitement.
Oh, he had a
He
story
was
ready.
grinning. He was so happy to get asked that question.
You know he's wearing that week one. Week one, the Aqua hat's coming out, dude. That's gonna be all over the place, man. All right, well, happy for Zach Sieler. He's well deserving. And,
Man's man.
man's man fixes his own RV.